Hey guys, welcome back to Home Built, and this week we have the Alfarrari on its first track day, and we have a film shoot with Shannons Insurance for a video on their channel, and I'll put a link below so you can go and check that out. The Alfarrari is here. It is actually going to get out on the track, and I am really looking forward to seeing what it does. The guys from Shannons, we've got 2 days of filming for this video, so hopefully you guys go and check it out. But so far so good. We're doing what it needs to do, so we'll just take you behind the scenes today and show you what's happening. The guys have set up the camera and I'm getting ready to go out for my very first go on the track in the Alfarrari. So I'm just taking it easy for now. I just want to feel it out and see how it goes. These guys are going to get a few sort of initial tracking shots. We've got several sessions today that they're going to be filming me and just sort of some in-car stuff, some tracking and following shots and all sorts of things. So should be interesting. First time I've done something like this, so let's have some fun. So this is quite nerve-wracking because the Alfarrari is overall relatively untested, so it was my first time really getting my boot into it and seeing how it performs. Please forgive Mrs. Jeff's filming. It's very difficult to film on a racetrack, and this is her first time. But I've tried to stabilise it. You can see I need to stiffen up the shocks as they're currently set very soft. Alright, first time out on the track, and yeah, it felt good. I've still got a couple of minor issues. There is a minor, possibly major issue that I do have a little bit of a fuel leak. Basically because I have a fuel cell, the fuel filler neck is sitting normally in the center of the tank, and obviously it wouldn't be worried by slosh and things like that. The trouble is that I no longer use that, and I put an extended neck on the tank so that you can fill it up from the pump externally, which means you can fill it higher than the top of the tank. And that means that there is a breather in that cap that is leaking. So I've actually got a fix for it. I've got a different cap that I can put on it to do that. But at the moment, while the tank is top to the brim, it was bad, but as the session went on, the fuel dissipated because obviously it's using a bit of it, so it's not too bad. But the car felt great. Still jumps out of gear in third, which is something I'm going to have to work on. By my temperature gauge, it was getting a little bit warm, but I haven't calibrated it properly. So yeah, look, it feels good. The handling feels reasonably solid. I haven't pushed it as yet, but it's all doing what it needs to do. So these guys have got some more filming to do. They're setting up for some tracking shots, so where I'm going to be driving behind the van and sort of driving past and doing things like that. So we'll see how that goes and keep going on, but we're having fun.
Okay, to start with, we can stay on racing line and just stay behind us by about 2 or 3 car lengths.
So this was filmed well over a month ago, so some of the issues like the fuel tank that you've seen, I've already sorted out. So we spent a lot of time doing this sort of lead-follow type filming.
Lovely, and then creep up closer to us around the 6 sweeper. Nice.
Ian and Alex, who filmed this day, are pros, this is what they do day in and day out, and it really shows. The direction was great, and I think the final result looks fantastic. I'm really happy with how it came out. So another thing I've removed since I did this video was the warning beep when I exceed 5,000 RPM. It's extremely annoying in the video. At the time the car was so loud I did not notice. So all this drive-by shooting was actually quite a lot of fun, and it was still a good way to get to know the car as it's still also fresh. So this is quite a rig. It definitely is a lot snazzier than anything I've got set up. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. So that was fun. Mrs. Jeff was just filming me on the side. So some of that footage you see of me going around the track was Mrs. Jeff's expert camera work.
Professional level.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that was really fun. That was interesting going. With directions. I had a CB in the car, and they were just sort of directing me where to go, where to place the car, so that they could sort of get some sort of cool shots, tracking shots and stuff while it was driving around on the track. And it was, yeah, that was good. So that was only session number 2. We've still got a couple more out there to get another bunch of bits and pieces. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so far a successful day. It's the end of day 1 now. We're just going to take the car out on track and just do some nice static photos, which should be nice. But it was good. It's still running. It does get hot after sort of 3 hard laps, and yeah, the temperature starts creeping up a little bit. And for some reason, during that last run, the power steering cut out. So it's just completely stopped, which tells me it's probably a blown fuse, being that it's the electric Yaris power steering. But we've had it on the track and it's still survived. There's no more high-speed stuff, I should say. We're just driving out and parking, so should be good. So that's a little bit of the stress off. We'll just go and show some of these static shots, and then we'll pick back up tomorrow. And unfortunately, we don't have audio for these static shots, but Mrs. Jeff had a lot of fun laughing at me. Race face, cheeky grin, race face, cheeky grin. She had a lot of fun. And we went through and filmed a lot of this, getting in and out of the car and walking away multiple times from different angles. And at the time, it feels a little odd, as I'm definitely not an actor, but it comes out really good in the final edit. All right, so yesterday went reasonably well. We're back on the morning of day 2. The guys are setting up now. I've got to do an interview, and they're going to have a bit of a look at the cars in the garage, and then we'll get out on the road. Alfarrari went reasonably well. There were a couple of incidents. Power steering dropped out on the last session, and I think it's a fuse. There's something. There's also some other fuse that's being a problem. And on the way home, it was a 45-minute drive, and my power steering bracket broke off, and I had this sort of clunking under the car. So that's something I'm going to have to tackle today before we head back out and do some road driving. So keep your eye out for that. Let's do some filming. So the interview was a pretty relaxed affair, just sitting there. I generally don't have too much trouble talking, so they had a lot to work with. And then more of my uncomfortable acting, sort of walking backwards and forwards from the back of the garage to introduce myself. All right, well, it's been a full morning of shooting. They did a bit of an interview and sort of the beauty shots of the car and things like that. We're just going to head out now, do some road driving, just get some sort of on-the-road shots, and that'll be a wrap. I'm really had some fun doing this. The guys, Ian and Alex, were really great to work with, and Brad, who has organised everything and did the interview with me. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Ian puts together in the edit. It's definitely more cinematic and a lot better cameras and stuff than I've ever done. So hopefully you guys go and have a look and check it out. And just as we went to go and do the road driving, the Alfarrari overheated, and it turns out that the water pump and fan controller had died, and I had to quickly make up a bypass for it so that I could get off of the side of the road and basically run the fan and the water pump flat out to get me home. All right, that was supposed to be uneventful filming afternoon, just out on the road doing some nice casual driving shots. And of course, more things died on the Alfarrari. Actually, my water pump and fan controller, which is all in one unit made by the people who make the water pump and fan, that just randomly died. So the fan was on all the time and my pump was not on at all. And the issue was that the temperatures went straight over off the chart. So I did have a friend who told me that he had an similar issue, that they just randomly died, and that's obviously not good on a car like this. So that is something I can probably do with the ECU. Elsewise, it's no power steering. There's just a whole bunch of little electrical gremlins that I'm going to have to get into. But the guys got some fantastic shots, and I think it's going to be a good video. So, like I said before, go and check it out. There will be a link down in the description, and I will fill you in on how the rest of this goes in another episode. Or it might have actually been in the past, because this might not come out until later. All right, guys, have a good one. See you next time. Hey, guys. Welcome to an episode of Shannons Driven, and this is my garage. There's a little bit of body roll there, and when I'm down on it, it's just so great to put my foot into it on the straight and just let it eat, because it really likes to rev and just go. There are other engines that could probably weigh less and make more power and all that sort of thing, but it doesn't have the feel, the passion of the naturally aspirated V8 that revs to 9,000 RPM. There's not many engines that will do that.